You are listening to Thrival Nutrition Podcast, Episode 8.
Thanks for tuning in to the Thrival Nutrition Podcast with Lahana Vigliano, where she teaches you how to take back your health with real food. Lahana is a holistic nutritionist that holds a degree in nutrition science, and she studies sports nutrition through the International Society of Sports Nutrition. Lahana founded Thrival Nutrition to share her expertise through podcasts, webinars, group plans, ebooks, one-on-one coaching, and more. Here is your host, Lahana Vigliano.
Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Thrival Nutrition Podcast this week. We have a very special episode for the mamas or mamas-to-bees, and I was so excited to share this with you this week. So we're interviewing Jennifer Blossom, and she is amazing. She has such a bubbly personality that you'll just fall in love with. She has a doctorate in occupational therapy, and she is certified in infant massage, and she specializes in maternal health, and she truly believes that she was put here on this earth to take care of this specific population of women. So I am excited to interview her about all these topics, and I cannot wait to share them with you. But before we begin, did you go ahead and grab your free copy of our ebook, How to Shop Healthy on a Budget? I go over some great tips and tricks to save you money while you shop, a long grocery list of real food items to buy for your household, and certain keywords of what to buy, because quality is everything. So go ahead and grab it at www.thrivalnutrition.com/shophealthyebook. Let's go over and chat with Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Thank you so much for coming on the Thrival Nutrition Podcast.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. It is a blessing and an honor to be here with you today.
Yes, I love your niche. I love what you focus on. So I was like, my audience needs to hear this, especially the moms out there.
Thank you so much. And I feel the same about your work. And I'm just really looking forward to sharing this message with you guys today.
Yay! So it all starts with mom and baby. And
yes.
There's been studies that show that our children are actually studied to not live as long as we do, at the shorter lifespan. And that's scary to me. Being a mom, I hate that. I really hate hearing that. So can you give us just like top 2 things that a mom can do like during pregnancy that will benefit her and her baby?
Yeah. And I really just want to reiterate that for the first time, like ever in our generation, our children are projected to not live as long as we are. And that's terrifying. Like you said, it's terrifying. So I think that it's more important now than ever for us as women in the health field to really pioneer this movement and to just lay it down for moms and be like, okay, like we don't have to have this statistic. And so yeah, I'm really excited to share this with you. So, okay, back to the topic. So 2 things that we can focus on as a mom during pregnancy to prepare her body and her baby, just really simple things. Number 1, being in tune with your body and baby. And number 2, staying healthy during your pregnancy. So number 1, just being in tune with your body and with your baby. I feel that like in the world that we live in right now, it's so busy and so cluttered, and we aren't being taught how to tune in. And so with my message and my, the reason why I'm here on this planet is to really teach mothers how to turn inwards. And so I think when we can show that with moms and teach them about their body, their breathing, their baby, their emotions. I mean, there's so many areas that we can focus on and tuning in to ourselves. That's number 1 for having a healthy pregnancy. And number 2 is just that, staying healthy during your pregnancy. So I've seen so many women and work with so many women who during their pregnancy use it as an excuse to kind of let themselves go, or use it as an excuse to, we're eating for 2, right? But I really emphasize the importance of, this is more important now than ever than to really focus in and dial in your nutrition, your prenatal vitamins, your hydration, sleep, exercise, rest, nesting, connecting with yourself and with your spouse and with your environment. I mean, all of that, it plays a role in having a healthy pregnancy.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with all of that. I actually forgot to ask you, it totally slipped my mind, to introduce yourself and to let our listeners know who you are and what you do.
Yes. Well, we were talking before this episode, so I'm like, okay, we feel like we had Starbucks together, and now, all right, we're talking to people. Okay, so My name is Jennifer Blossom. I am a doctor of occupational therapy. So I work at a pediatric clinic and I am a certified infant massage instructor. I'm a wife, soon to be mama, a fur mom. We have 2 little labs, a black and a yellow lab. And I really, you guys, I'm a healthy habit maker and I am an online business maven for maternal health and wellness. And I specialize in that. And I absolutely love showing women and children how to just live holistically and live healthily and just do that through daily routines and daily habits. And that's what I do. So it's a lot, but
no, I love that. I love focusing too. Like I told you before we started talking, I think that's why I forgot to introduce you because we were talking before. So I'm like, I already had my introduction.
Right.
But I love working with young moms, and maybe it's because I am one. I can really relate to moms and during pregnancy, and understandable, been there, done that.
Yes, absolutely.
So if women are thinking of becoming pregnant, are there things that they can do before they are pregnant to really embrace a healthy pregnancy?
Absolutely, yes. And I actually have an entire course on this, which we can get to later. But during that prenatal period, it's so important for a woman who is thinking about getting pregnant to approach that pregnancy or approach that time period with a holistic mindset. So holistic meaning that we are more than just what we put into our body. So I really want women who are going into that prenatal, pre-pregnancy stage to look at and evaluate her nutrition, her exercise, her environment, her social health, stress management, emotional health, spiritual health. I mean, all these factors that make us who we are. It's really important to, like I said earlier, start to tune in and take notice and really evaluate and assess those areas, because we want to ultimately create the safest and healthiest, house or host to be able to grow our baby. And so it's important to look at all those different facets and to really nourish them and provide an optimal environment for your little baby to grow in.
Yeah, I totally agree, because it really is such a compound effect with everything, because someone can eat like super healthy and, never splurge and just eat healthy 100%. But if they're super stressed and just their cortisol levels are chronically high, it will negate almost everything that we do, everything that we eat.
Exactly. It's like that quote, what is it? Like, you can't out exercise a bad diet. It's the same thing with stress. It's like, if you you can have your almonds and your almond milk and your apples and like whatever else you want to eat that's healthy. But if you are not exercising, if you're constantly and chronically stressed out, or you're constantly surrounded by a toxic environment or toxic people, I mean, your system's going to be out of whack. And so, like you said, it's so important to look at all those areas.
Yeah, absolutely. And even you said like a toxic environment, people are so into like detoxing nowadays, but then they don't fix what's putting them in that toxic environment. They just want to detox, but they're still bringing it in. So the detox pretty much means nothing. I know that went off on a tangent, but that just came to mind.
But it's so true. And it's like this superficial quick fix. And I see that as such a problem in our society right now. It's like, okay, what shake, what pill, what, fill in the blank here can be this quick fix and help me lose these 10 pounds or help me feel this way. But really, what's the root cause? What is, and just so being able to peel back those layers and dive in and being able to look at, okay, why am I feeling this way? Why am I doing this? And how can I heal and have that be that long-term effect? So that was a tangent too, but right on track of what, we were talking about. So
I easily get off on tangents, especially with nutrition, because it's so intertwined. You can't talk about one thing without talking about the other.
No, I know. Hey, it's that holistic approach, right?
Yes, exactly. So as a mom, I've been through that exhausting newborn stage. And I just remember all the tired times. I actually don't know why I remember. I was pretty much a walking zombie the first couple months. But what are some ways those moms can pull through those first couple months when you're just really tired, exhausted? If you're breastfeeding, that takes a toll on your body. So what are some holistic, natural things that moms can do?
So my first tip is this: to understand that this is literally only a season. It's a precious season, and it's one that we have to understand that like our kiddos, they're not going to stay little forever. But realistically speaking, I know that being tired and exhausted, I mean, it's just part of what happens when you have to get up 3 to 5 times every hour in the middle of the night. So what we have to understand is this: number one, that it's a season, but number two, realistically speaking, you have to be willing and be able to ask for help. I see so many women trying to do this by themselves without asking for help with your teammate, with your spouse, with your husband, and then just scheduling and making good use of your time. So being prepared throughout the week, being prepared throughout the day, and understanding that when we can get our time management under control, that's going to help alleviate certain areas of our life, but also being able to understand that things don't always go as planned, so just roll with it. And so being able to do those three things, so having a supportive team with your spouse and being able to say, okay, this is when you're going to get the baby, this is when I'm going to get the baby, making time management a priority, and then just rolling with things when they don't go as planned. I think those three things will really, really help. And then secondly here, just really focusing on taking care of yourself. And this is actually could be a topic for another lesson about postpartum depression, but I mean, that's such a huge topic right now. But I really think that learning to take care of yourself and understanding that, number one, it's not selfish. It's not selfish to take care of yourself in every area. So eating well, hydration, having a self-care day, a bubble bath, a massage, reading a good book, quiet time. I mean, it's absolutely necessary. And the more we take care of ourselves, the better we can serve others, and this includes our family and our babies, or children, babies. So making sure that we are taking time for ourselves is absolutely key in being the best mom and being present for our littles.
Yeah, I totally get that. And I always like to say, and it takes a village, because it really does. You need that support, and you can find it. Even if you don't have family around, you can always find it. And it's so essential. Even now, even a good Facebook mommy group, and just being able to vent, being able to just be on the same level with others, and them just understanding. Sometimes you just want people to be like, I understand. And it just makes you feel so much better.
It does. It does. And just like on your little comment of it takes a village, it does take a village. And if you ever study like legit parenting, look at the African culture. It is literally amazing. Like they go out in the nature, and this is what I learned, like the infant massage training I did. And they create they think of a song for this child, and they literally sing to the mommy's belly while the baby's in the belly, and they sing to this child when it's born and when it's a toddler, and they have this like childhood song, and just the way that they interact as a village to raise this child, it is so beautiful. And I just fell in love with this story and the African culture. I mean, I know all African cultures don't do this, but it was just so moving for me to realize that like how important the power of touch and healing and community is in raising our children, and so important for us to remember that too.
Yes, it keeps our sanity during those times. But it is, you really just got to ride through the waves, especially in the beginning. And even though you feel like a zombie sometimes, it's essential to take that time for yourself, roll through it, because I mean, I even hear people say, like, why are you still co-sleeping? And my daughter's 2. And I'm like, she's not going to be little forever. You know, one day she's going to be like, I don't even want to sit next to you. You know, like I am just cherishing those moments of her just cuddling at night. So I saw that you actually recommend infant massage, and you studied it and you are certified. So what are the benefits of infant massage?
So it is such a gorgeous and healing practice that it truly has been present in other cultures like Africa, like I mentioned before, for years. And now it is slowly just becoming recognized in the Western culture. And so I am so excited to teach and to educate mothers on the importance of infant massage and the healing effect that can have on both her and on baby. So a few benefits, and these, of course, isn't an all-inclusive list, but it's really particular per kiddo and per child. But just a few benefits of infant massage could be it's very calming and soothing for your baby. It can help establish a healthy routine and helps babies to feel loved and emotionally connected. Right now we're in this quote unquote, like, well, what's it called? Not like not a cradle, uh, era, but a container era where babies are always in a container. Like they're always in a car seat. They're always like they're in a car seat in the cart. They are in a boppy. So we're really missing that physical connection with our children. And so I really think that this infant massage brings that back. And so it helps to, like I said, establish that healthy connection. It helps them to sleep better. It helps to establish a healthy bond between parent or caregiver and baby. And then just medically speaking, it can help digestion, constipation, boost their immune system. It can help with a baby who's colic, body awareness. It wakes up their sensory system, muscle strengthening, and more, just depending on what we're working on with your kiddo when we do massage. So it's amazing. It really is amazing.
Yeah, I made the mistake of starting to massage my daughter who's 2. And so now before bed, she brings me her magnesium oil lotion and she'll just lay her legs out and she just looks at me and I'm like, I should have never started that. But now it becomes like a routine, but she loves it. And you can tell it totally relaxes her and she goes to sleep so much more easily when I do massage her.
Yes, it's amazing. And it's so... it can be used across so many different areas. So like, in the NICU for little babies who are in like incubators practically. And that's their only way for their parents to connect with them is to be able to touch them through like a little infant massage or, with you with like your 2 or I have a 5-year-old niece who is like dying for a massage. And I'm like, okay, so it's like any level. And even us, like now we're always like, hon, can you give me a massage, please? Like, it's just that human touch, that human connection is so important.
Yeah, my husband always has to listen to me. I think I need a massage.
Okay, there. So a good pregnant tip is ask and make your husband massage your feet because you're pregnant.
Yes, or everything. My legs, my arms, my fingers, my head. Oh my gosh, that feels so good.
Yes.
But yeah, what you said about infants being in containers, that's so true. And that's why I'm a strong advocate for co-sleeping, because back in the day, our ancestors, they didn't put a baby in another room into a crib. Now, if you do that as a mom, totally okay, no judgment. That's why I don't like reading the studies that talk down about co-sleeping.
Right.
Obviously, the studies are from maybe a mother who is medicated or different, I guess there's different things that can happen, but a good healthy like sleeping situation, I've never had a problem with it personally. I know a ton of moms that never had a problem with it, and I think it's very vital because they're newborns, they just came out of the womb, they've been used to being held tight to you for 9 months, and just because they're born doesn't mean that all right, they're ready for the world and to be separated from you, especially with, this is another tangent, but crying it out. I'm not a advocate for crying it out. I know people that it's worked for some people, but the studies even link it nowadays to making a negative feeling, stressing in the baby, and that can lead to, various problems that we don't see for years. But I just, they're newborns. They're not out there not to trick you, not to just what is that word? I'm trying to think of the word.
I think like just to like tie into that, I actually talked to a lot of my clients this week about recognizing and identifying the cry, because infants have so many different cries and each of those cries mean something. Like they're not doing it for attention seeking, like they are wet or tired or hungry or cold, like the attention seeking.
Yes.
But they need something, and that's their way to communicate with us. And so it's very important to be in tune with that and to be like, okay, what does my sweet little baby need and how can I fulfill that? So it's their way of communication.
And that totally comes natural. At least it came natural to me. It will naturally come natural to moms. I always knew what was wrong, and other people, they're like, I don't know what's wrong, but I knew. I don't know why. I just knew if she needed a diaper or if she was hungry. I already knew her habits. Like we were literally in tune with each other.
I love that. It's so gorgeous.
So I know we mentioned a little bit about already how we can be stressed and how it would negate everything, even if you were eating really healthy. And obviously a whole balanced approach is great for living optimally. What are some tidbits you can give us to achieve maybe the nutrition area, the spiritual area, the beauty area of our life?
Yeah. Well, I think like you mentioned before, like that relationship with stress and food. Like, so if we are eating so well, but we're chronically stressed, like you're going to carry that extra layer of, fat or it's, what a stress hormone around your stomach. So it's very important for us in achieving that balanced life to take a holistic approach. And so understanding that living a balanced life or that balanced approach is truly laying the foundation for success, not only for you, but for your family as well. And I call this like finding your inner glow. And so I think the very first step is being self-aware and being empowered and taking the time truly every single day to inwardly like evaluate ourselves and to not get swept up by the world of saying like the world is constantly inundating us with busy is normal and notifications this, notifications that. But if we can learn to, it takes self-discipline, but if we can learn to truly focus on our body and understand that, we need to pay attention to our environment, our environment, meaning the products we use, the people that are in our environment, the spaces and the situations that we put ourselves in. The environment means so much more than the contextual environment that you're in. Everything surrounding you, be aware of that. And then being mindful of what you put on and in your body through products, taking an evaluation of your mental health, your spiritual health, your nutrition. All these things, like I said, I'm actually working on a book right now that's going to release next month for just truly finding that inner glow, that inner radiance, and taking that evaluation of everything that makes us who we are. And yeah, so it's just boils down to being self-aware and being empowered and understanding, that we have to be disciplined in that area. And that's how we achieve that inner glow.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I can't wait to grab it. So what are some other programs and courses, ebooks that you offer that might help someone, other moms, if you're interested in what you are talking about? I know I am.
Yeah, well, I just am finally getting, I feel like, freedom to just really elaborate on our business. I've been in grad school for almost 4 years and just graduated last year. And so we're constantly now like ready to rock and roll. And so our main highlight course right now is called Blossoming Mommy and Baby. And it's a 4-part digital course series featuring prenatal care, pregnancy care, postnatal care, and then the infant massage series isn't quite done yet, but we are working on that. And just truly helping mothers prepare for pregnancy and then journey through pregnancy and then after pregnancy. And so that's our main featured course right now. And then we also have a smoothie and juicing book that teaches parents how to make healthy smoothies for their kiddos. And then we're just working on tons of little fun projects for you guys, for our followers, and we're about to go worldwide. So that's really exciting too, but just creating digital products. And, we haven't decided if we'll do paperback products yet, but just the digital product era right now allows our message to get into and heal and help so many homes across the world by the click of a button. And so sorry, I was like a huge tangent right there, but our 2 main products right now are Blossoming Mommy and Baby, which is a digital program for pregnancy, before, after, and during, and then the Blossoming juicing and smoothie book. And then we have a few more books that are up and getting ready to launch in the next few months as well. And then we're coming out with new products and programs all the time in the future. So yeah, this is fun and exciting and just kind of rolling with it and seeing what doors God opens for us. So it's exciting.
I love that. I love creating content and like ebooks and different things for all my followers. I just think it's really fun for me to create it, but it's just fun to be able to, like you said, just give it out to people and really change, someone's life. A little thing could really impact them or empower them to keep learning more and more and more.
Yeah. Well, even your work through like this podcast has just listening to it and being able to work or not work, but drive or walk or do dishes or whatever. It's like you can learn so much through this digital era of podcasting or ebooks or everything. So, I love your work and you are doing so much good for the world. And it's just, it's amazing. And the digital era is phenomenal when used right. And it's great.
You're so sweet. Thank you. But yes, and I love smoothies too, especially for moms. It's super quick way to get the nutrients in and you don't have to prepare. And it's It's great to for baby to prepare, big meals, freeze them, and all you have to do is heat them up. But smoothies and juicing is a really great way for quick nutrition.
Yes, absolutely.
So where can our listeners find you? Social media accounts, your website, things like that.
Yeah, so we're at www.blossomtobefit.com, and then we are all over social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, Pinterest. I mean, I think everywhere. Oh, and Snapchat. I don't even know how to use Snapchat. I'm trying to figure that out, but like my 10-year-old sister-in-law is going to have to teach me because I'm like, I don't know how to do this Snapchat thing. But anyways, we are all over at Blossom to Be Fit. So that's where you'll find us. And we're just really active and engaging in growing a tribe, a community of women who are just amazing. So come be a part of the tribe and it's great.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's amazing
definitely.
movement.
And I love that your last name fits into your name. That's so cool.
It's so fun. I'm married into it. So I am like, it's great. It's definitely something I got lucky with.
It's meant to be.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I'm so excited to have you on this week, and we'll definitely have your links into the show notes for people to easy access it.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a blessing to be here today.
Did you guys enjoy that or what? I loved having Jennifer on. We talked a little bit before we started recording, and it was so great to talk to her. I felt like I've known her for years. So if you are looking to get pregnant, you're in your pregnancy, or maybe you're just getting out of pregnancy, contact Jennifer. She will be your girl to really finding all those optimal ways in life to live for you and your baby. And I just think it's awesome that she supports this population of women because it's much needed. Contact her. I have all of her links and her social media links into the show notes. So quick, easy access. Connect with her and join her tribe and her community. I'm in it and I just love it. I love seeing what she posts and what she does. And please leave a rating and review for the Thrival Nutrition Podcast. This, as we get up in ranks, this will help the word of real food nutrition spread throughout the world, and it is much needed. So go ahead and give us a rating and review. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next week.